What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Phase 6, your source for music, business, motivation, and support. We got a dope topic for you guys like we always do. Today we're going to talk about SoundCloud and its effect on you and your career in music. Is it the best platform for you to release your music on? I don't know. I doubt it. A lot of people swear by it. Let's talk about it. Phase 6. All right, so I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of controversy around this topic, or at least a lot of comments and feedback. I don't know how you guys are going to respond to this, but I do know one thing. A lot of people swear by SoundCloud. They swear that SoundCloud is the answer to exposure in this space, and making your music available for people so that they can discover you for the first time. All right? And I like to beg to differ. I believe that SoundCloud does play a role, especially for up-and-coming artists that are trying to get out there and trying to create new fans. But, should you build your whole marketing plan around it? I don't know. Let's talk about some of the strengths. So first off, one of the beautiful things about SoundCloud right now in the space is that a lot of major record labels own some type of stake or equity in SoundCloud right now. And it kind of works out for SoundCloud in that, the labels are owning a percentage of SoundCloud, and SoundCloud now has the permission and access to, play and use the licenses for the music, right? We talk about licenses and all of the licensing, publishing, royalties videos I did. But if they didn't create this deal, then it would be illegal for them to play the records, or make those records available for you to play on demand online. So being that they're involved, the good side of it is that your stuff is going to have some type of tracking to it while being played, through SoundCloud, which gives you a better opportunity to catch the attention of publishing agencies, distributors, and major record labels by increasing your value on the platform. It's one bonus. It sounds like it's good. Another bonus is right now they're moving towards subscriptions. Now, that could cause them to lose a large portion of their fan base. That's another debate in itself. However, Google is talking about buying them out for potentially $500 million. Granted, this deal goes through, it's going to change the whole landscape of what SoundCloud is and how it works and how they operate. That could be a positive thing. Google's a very reputable, great company. I'm a big fan of them. So I feel like that might turn out to be a positive move for SoundCloud. I'm biased on that one, but I believe it's going to help more than it hurts exposure for artists. However, monetization may suffer because, YouTube as a whole already, has their difficulties when it comes to paying artists for the, an adequate rate for the amount of spins and plays in the space and views that they're receiving on the platform. Another great thing about SoundCloud that you guys already know is that SoundCloud is really popular amongst tastemakers. If you want to get your record displayed on a popular blog or something of that nature, nowadays they're preferring to use SoundCloud links instead of YouTube links. So this is something that's, another bonus for them in the space where it kind of makes sense. Like, hey, I want to be on XX blog. That blog doesn't want to pay the bandwidth for people to stream from their site. So they would prefer you to send them a link from SoundCloud. So SoundCloud has to pay for the bandwidth and they get to display your music. And they don't have to worry about a video that you may have on your, like if you had a video, for example, and you sent them a video, if the video is just a picture and a song playing, that doesn't make their site look very good. It's not very appealing for them. At the same token, you can do annotations and all sorts of things that can, take people away from their content, and you'll start clicking on all sorts of other videos. Next thing you know, you're on YouTube, you left the blog. So SoundCloud does a great job of kind of keeping people native to the platform, which is a reason that a lot of blogs and tastemakers like it. So therefore, using SoundCloud kind of gives, it just makes sense for those plays, right? And another thing that SoundCloud is great for is if you think about YouTube right now, or any of the other streaming platforms, well, I say YouTube in particular, Facebook has gone to war with YouTube over video content. Facebook really wants you to upload your videos on Facebook versus uploading them onto YouTube and putting the link into Facebook. They're really trying to create monetization and create an internal video, company within Facebook, and they're fighting very hard for that. And a part of their new algorithms are kind of pushing people away from YouTube. Therefore, promoting, making a SoundCloud playlist and putting that up in Facebook is going to be advantageous for you. Another great reason why SoundCloud makes a lot of sense. SoundCloud is a great place for early adopters and innovators, right? So when people are the type of people that are into discovering new music, discovering new content, trying to find that niche group or organization that no one else knows about, the best place to go for that type of stuff is SoundCloud for a lot of different innovators. I know Spotify is getting really good at that. YouTube is so convoluted, it's kind of hard to find the new special sauce. But if you're digging through the crates, as you will, in today's time period, SoundCloud is the place to do that, to try to find, you know, that next great thing. So this right here is called the innovation adaptation cycle. It's been called other things, but how are new products adopted in today's society? However, when you're using YouTube and SoundCloud, neither one of these platforms go through the full trajectory. So let me break down, you know, how the process will work for YouTube and SoundCloud. So check this out. These are the numbers. Section 1, you have your innovator. So anyone that's, you know, in the marketing can tell you that there's a curve when it comes to how you get the attention of people. Everyone's fighting for attention, and there's always people that are in the early stages of any particular field trying to find out more information about that, trying to discover the next thing. There's that one person that's really cool that always knows the next set of clothes is gonna come out, that has the new kicks before they get hot, right? That has the album before anyone else has heard it, is talking about it, right? Those people, that's a very special, coveted group of people. They're called the innovators, right? An innovator class of people that are at the beginning of the curve. Remember, the curve does this, right? Does like this. The very beginning, very small group of people. Those people are gonna be on SoundCloud. You need that group of people to fall in love with what you do, to like your records, to like your music, because what they're gonna do, they take pride in discovering a new thing, telling everybody else about the new thing. Hey man, you heard this one band? Hey man, you heard this real group? Yo, I'm gonna send this, I'm gonna share this, because I feel empowered and cool by sharing cool and empowering things to other people, which makes them look at me and say, hey, he's really cool because he knows all the cool stuff, which it reinforces my cool. So as an innovator, I want to share, I want to discover shit, and I want to share it, right? A lot of those people are going to be found on SoundCloud. They're on YouTube too, but a lot of them are going to be on SoundCloud, right? And some of them have huge platforms to share their information on, right? Section 2, you have your early adopters, right? Now the early adopter, they're also on YouTube. The whole spectrum is on YouTube. But at this point, you're gonna see a larger blend from SoundCloud users to YouTube users kind of being in this group. Early adopters are the ones that the innovators touch early, and these are guys that can catch on to something rather quick, right? You know how a hot record comes out, right? And you tell somebody about it, and you don't have to tell them about it twice. You send it to them that one time. They're like, yo, this is hot. This is dope. You can send that same record to someone else, and they're like, it's all right. The people that adapt to something relatively quickly, your early adapters, this is your second group. They're available on YouTube, they're available on SoundCloud. They're not out trying to discover stuff, but if they run across something, if they're shared something, they're gonna fucking love it, right? And they'll continue to share, right? They're not gonna look, but they will experience and they will share, right? That's your second group of people right there, all right? They're still gonna rock with your SoundCloud, they're gonna rock with YouTube, they're gonna rock with whatever, okay? Section 3, now this is when it gets real. You have your early majority. Now at the point in which you get the early majority, this is when you get the mass appeal. These people are on YouTube. These people are not necessarily on SoundCloud because they're not in digging through the crates trying to discover nothing. SoundCloud is digging through the crates. These cats don't have crates. They're not doing any of that. They're just trying to experience life. So by the time you reach this audience, it means that you've gotten to the point where your experience is on point. The visual, the sound, the look, the message, the content, the lyrics, everything is just working in such a way. They go to the club and they hear you, and just everyone else is already dancing. They're like, ooh, what's that? I want to dance too. Like this is the part where you really start to have mass appeal. This is when the bandwaggers start to come on, when you get your early majority, right? You have an opportunity to start turning these early majority people into early adopters and turning them and converting them into fans, right? But this is the masses. This is when you really start to become successful. These people are on YouTube, okay? Section 4, this is when you're already successful. At this point, you got your late majority. Now at this point, you should have an understanding of what your audience looks like, right? Because a majority, right, when I say majority and when I say masses, I'm not saying that you gotta go popping, gotta get everybody. You may have a niche market, right? But every niche has its curve, right? Every niche market has its curve. So at this point, at the late majority, you're understanding how big your market really is, right? And you're understanding your role in your market, how people are responding to the experience that you provide, right? And the people that catch on late are the ones that, you know how sometimes you send somebody a record and they're the type of person that goes, oh, this is hot. No, I'll take that back. The early adopters, when you send them a record, they're like, oh man, this is hot. You don't gotta sell them. You don't gotta do much. They dancing, they vibing, this is cool. They're sharing and posting, right? The late majority, when they hear a record, they're like, that's cool. They don't really appreciate the record till they see someone else appreciating it. Then they go, oh, that's the song? How the dance go? Oh, like this? Right? That's your late majority, right? That's the group that catches on after the fact. They may not ever be your real fans. There's still an opportunity to catch these people and convert them over to fans. It may take longer, right? But they're just enjoying the thrill of the moment and enjoying your records. These people are definitely not on SoundCloud at all. They're on YouTube, right? These people probably have careers. They probably they're focused on shit that ain't got nothing to do with music. And when they experience music, it's truly for an experience. Right? That's your late majority. Doesn't mean they don't come to your concert. Doesn't mean they don't buy your album. It's just that they ain't out there looking for it and they ain't gonna be the first ones to catch on to what you're doing. All right? Section 5, this is when you bring all the haters home. This is when all the haters start regurgitating what they said. This is when you get the laggards. The laggards, now these guys right here, these are your haters. These are the people that just, you know, haters come all throughout the process, but these are like general haters. Like, they're not hating you in particular. They might just hate the whole genre. They might hate the whole, you know, time period of music. When you get older people that say, man, you know, back in my day, it was like this and this new stuff ain't. Like, these are the laggards. At the very end, you know, after the music has really caught on, a large portion of this group of people are gonna be like, you know what? It wasn't as bad as I said it was. You know, I might not like this person, but this person right here, he's all right. This is when you get that laggard group, the skeptical people that were never really interested in anything that you do, but you do what you do so well that they got to say, you know what, God damn it, that person's amazing. You got to see Beyonce go through it. I think she still goes through this. You still get the people that go, man, I hate Beyonce, I hate Beyonce, I hate Beyonce. But I'm a single lady, I'm a single lady. You know what I'm saying? Like, you still see that. Like, you still see people that just don't want to accept that something is great, but they eventually convert at the very end, and now they're at the Beyonce tour concert, spending X amount of hundreds of dollars to be there. That's your laggard group, right? You're never, ever, ever targeting this group with your music. You know, that group eventually buys in because they see everybody else buy in, right? So at the beginning, we talked about the innovator, the people at the very beginning. You gotta have your records on SoundCloud for them. That's why you should be on SoundCloud, so you can catch your innovator, right? If I was being strategic with it, I would send bloggers and tastemakers and people like that SoundCloud links. If I'm trying to do a public marketing campaign for the consumer, I'm sending them YouTube links, right? However, Facebook got beef with YouTube, right? Facebook wants to have more stake in the video community, and Facebook is changing their algorithms to make it so that their native videos have more exposure and are more searchable, more findable, more shareable than the YouTube ones. So, YouTube is not going to win in that space. Just putting it out there. You know, I'm trying to be political about it, but straight up, if you're playing on Facebook, you're gonna have to take that same video you have on YouTube and upload to Facebook. However, right now, today, Facebook can't be monetized. They're already talking about monetizing Facebook, so that's coming real soon. But in the meantime, maybe you put snippets, you know, on Facebook. People can catch the real video on YouTube. You have a link to the YouTube link, and they can see a piece of the teaser on Facebook and then watch the YouTube trailer. Whatever, you know, whatever it is. But, you know, be cognizant of that. So if you're trying to get just the music out, you can do a playlist through SoundCloud and put that on Facebook, and that'll probably be a little bit more effective than doing YouTube, just because of how, you know, the business is being handled from a tech back-end algorithm standpoint, right? Another thing to note about the whole thing is that YouTube is going to improve your SEO. Google is everything. We Google everything. YouTube is owned by Google. We Google everything. So understand that while you being on YouTube is going to allow all your other platforms to kind of be upgraded. Your website is going to become more searchable as long as you connect it to your YouTube channel and your YouTube is getting attention. You know, whatever is connected to your website or connected to your YouTube is going to continue to get more and more attention because your videos are going up. It's a great way to SEO optimize, right? If you're like number 2 or 3, or like you're on a 2 or 3 page on a Google search, and you connect your YouTube channel to your website and get any type of traction on YouTube, you're gonna start coming up those ranks rather quickly. So that's something that is an advantage of being on YouTube. Now, with Google potentially buying out SoundCloud, that may not be an advantage in the future, but right now it's an advantage. Next, I feel like SoundCloud stifles people. It prevents people from being, from growing, right? Because if all you have to do is master your first creative process, which is your production process. If you understand me, I talk about team building a lot, where you have your production team, your creative team, your executive team, you know what I'm saying? And with all these teams, you can execute, right? Your production team is the first team that people, create and get together, your producers, your engineers, your whatever. There's a video on that. However, SoundCloud limits you to only having to master that team. But in order to be successful, you have to start with that team, progress to your creative team, and then get an executive team. You're not going to get any of the higher teams without the first team first. So yeah, SoundCloud may help you really perfect, because people are going to be critical of your sound on SoundCloud. But YouTube, when you start getting a creative team and the masses start giving a fuck because there's some creativity involved that they can see, they can touch, they can feel, it challenges you to get better at that space, to get better. To honestly get better at level 2. And YouTube is going to challenge you to do that. SoundCloud is not. Next, when executives at this level look down at you, whether it's an investor, it might not be a label that you're trying to sign with, but it may be an investor. Someone, you're going to need money to be successful in this space. But when this person comes in and gets ready to analyze what you do, if they see that your creative team is on point and your production team is on point, YouTube is going to be the platform that allows them to visualize that and see how people are responding to it. So from a business standpoint, if you want long-term success, you want people to be attracted to you, to invest in you so that you can invest in your music, so that you can make the world better for all your fans, then you need to upgrade. You need to slowly move up. So if you're a new artist, your creative team is not together, only your production team is together, stay on SoundCloud. But don't stay too long, because you need to slowly work toward getting better and better and better and better. Your music is going to make the creative people excited. And then your visuals and your music and everything together is going to make the executive people excited. And that's how you win. And SoundCloud's not going to let you do that alone. And that's why it's not the best platform for you to release your music on. Because the only thing you can do is be a niche success. Now, I know there are success stories on there. There's success stories on every platform. But for the masses, as far as something that everyone can try to replicate and be successful as an artist, right now, if someone watches this video, something that you can do today is be successful on YouTube. That's going to make you more successful than being successful on SoundCloud. That's all I got to say. This was a long-ass video. I'm probably going to break down some more in another video. But I know a lot about a little and a little about a lot, man. Every time I get on this thing, I give you guys everything that I got. So go to the website, man. I'm building it out. We're making changes. It's growing all the time, putting new products on there, putting new video content on there. We're starting to put video content on the website that's not available on YouTube. Just giving you guys some extra special stuff, the ones that really rock with us. Phase 6, subscribe, like, comment, talk to me. Let's rock. Let's work. Let's build. Let's get successful out here, man. Get successful. I'm out.
Come on and face it. If you need some marketing motivation, you can learn to transform your life and build your own empire. With Sir Love.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no trace.
Yeah.
Real talk, I said real talk, I said real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah.
Real talk, no chase.
Yeah. With Sir Love.